So we ended the last video talking about James saying, can faith save, in verse 14. And remember, he's talking about the profitability. What use is it to have faith without works? And if you have faith without works, can faith, that is faith alone without works, can faith save? Now, again, referenced in another video, that you have to ask the question, you have to ask questions of the text. So, save who? Save from what? Save, so these are all questions that we really have to answer anytime we're seeing words like save. So let me give you an example. Remember I said how translation is the first step of interpretation. Words in Greek have a semantic range. They have a wide range of meaning, just like words in English. And save is the same thing. The word sozo in Greek has a wide range of meaning. In fact, later in the book of James, James chapter 5, he will talk about bringing a sick person to the home, bringing the elders to the sick person, and they will heal and make well. And the word is sozo. And a lot of the healing miracles in the Gospels, Jesus says, your faith has healed you and has made you well. It's sozo. So that's what saved means. Saved often has to be contextualized into saved from what? And saved by whom, and who got saved, and all that kind of stuff. It's the same thing in English. If I was to say that, and this is an example from a Bible school teacher that I had, that I went to a fair and I met a fair girl and she cheated at a game and she didn't play fair. So that's the same word used 3 different times in English, and I've used it in completely different ways. All 3 of those same thing with trunk. If I was to say go out and check the trunk of the car, I could be talking, trunk. I could be talking about the trunk of a car, the trunk of an elephant, or the trunk of a tree. So the context always has to determine those things. Same thing with save. Can faith save? James is saying no, it can't. So if we're talking about faith saving in terms of the gospel, believing the gospel, getting saved, namely being born again, righteous, declared righteous, and made righteous, Paul says we are justified by faith alone. If James is now saying that we're justified by faith and works, we've got a major problem. But I don't think that's what he's talking about at all. He's just saying, can faith save? So save who? Well, he goes on to give an example. If a brother or sister is in need, and you just have faith that they'll be made well, but you don't do anything to help them, can that save them? And he's not talking about salvation from hell. He's just talking about, can it deliver them from starvation and being cold and hypothermia and stuff? Your talk, your just, I just trust God will take care of you. That does nothing to help that person. And I think it's no more complicated than that. That's what James is talking about. Can faith alone save? Well, save who? Well, save a person who's in distress. No, faith alone can't save. You got to put some works to that.